In this series, I look to respond to comments and questions from Reddit, and sometimes the best way to address an idea or answer a question is just to show it. Last week, the developers from Soy Boy Games shared a link to their game Kungfu Cowboy that's still very much in early development, so much so that even sitting in Discord and giving them ideas turned into a 24-hour turnaround on updates and bug fixes. They posted their link to itch.io and asked if I was interested to give it a shot. I was definitely interested to give it a shot. This type of development is the sole reason I even started creating content for this channel to begin with, and it's why my rogue-splaining episodes have a smaller game opening for a larger title in the back half. If you haven't figured out that equation yet, that's what it is. The idea is that it's supposed to get more support and interest for smaller titles. If we get more support for smaller titles and indie gaming as it continues to grow, those elements start to push into larger box titles. That's the dream. I'll add an invite link to the Discord community and the itch.io page in the description below for anybody that's interested. Now for the oversimplified version of the game. You're a dashing shooting cowboy that wall climbs, double jumps, and you've got a couple other abilities as well. And you're kind of in a Terraria inspired 2D platform boss killing arena at all times. It's a co-op roguelite inspired platformer because as it stands right now, there's really no meta progression, but it is scheduled for the future, like the ability to recruit NPCs, and that way you'll discover them through the runs in the future. The world is randomly generated, and there's definitely player agency around the upgrades that you pick throughout the run. There's also multiple ways to platform through each level. I've played through around 100 full runs now, and I can tell you which elements are templates, but how they show up in the levels has significantly changed even over the past few days, to the point where I'm not really sure what's coming next, and that's a really good thing, especially from a side-scrolling platformer. Currently, there is a transition level at the end of a certain amount of distance traveled. That's where the transactions come in. You can use this opportunity to pick up things like increased dash and jump durations, health boosts, damage boosts, headshot boosts, that sort of thing, along with rocket launchers, rifles, rainbow cannons, fart guns, the basics. The game doesn't really take itself too seriously. The current build, 0.4.4, also comes along with a boss fight at the end that presents a little bit of a challenge. Not only is it a constantly moving boss fight where the camera locks in place and travels from left to right where you have to dodge a handful of attacks, you also have to dodge a handful of level-based obstacles as well. Kungfu Cowboy reminds me a lot of the Flash games that I fell in love with back in high school. It kept me going through some of the least exciting classes. Think Fancy Pants Adventures if you were alive in 2006 and playing Flash games. The development engine Unity has done a pretty great job making game development accessible for those who have a passion, like the developers at Soy Boy Games. Itch.io, in a similar vein, has allowed developers to get their games in the hands of people like me who are able to give them feedback quickly and not have to go through a wall like Steam. To quote one of the devs from Soy Boy Games, "We put our prototype out on itch.io to get feedback and see if players like the overall gameplay so that we know we're heading in the right direction." In a world where the death of a game often comes from not listening to player feedback, like Anthem, that's a good example, it's amazing to get on board with a project like this at this point in the development cycle, especially with a team who's actively engaging with their player base and is looking for feedback and tweaks and has the turnaround speed to get those things done same day. Right now I'm averaging about a 5-minute playthrough. The devs have been offering challenges up to the community to see who can do things first, and so far I'm the only person that I know and world first to do a no damage taken starting revolver only run from start to finish. I've done it twice in 2 different builds, so do me a favor, I'll leave a video as proof. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit, and while I'm doing that and it's playing in the background, open up a new tab, download the demo. It's free. I'll see you in the Discord along with the dev team from Soy Boy Games. We definitely look forward to hearing from you.